The Strength of Esther, How to be Brave in Difficult Times. You won't believe this, but one woman's bravery changed the course of history. Esther wasn't born into power. She wasn't a warrior. She wasn't rich or famous. She was an orphan, a young woman in a foreign land, taken to a palace where she had no choice but to obey. But when the fate of her people rested on her shoulders, she did something unthinkable. She risked everything to save them. This one verse proves everything. Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Maybe right now, you feel like Esther. Maybe life has placed you in a situation that feels overwhelming. Maybe fear is holding you back. Maybe you don't know if you're strong enough. But what if, just like Esther, you were placed exactly where you are for a reason? Esther could have stayed silent. She could have chosen comfort over courage. But she knew that God had given her a purpose. Even though she was afraid, she stepped forward in faith. She fasted. She prayed. She prepared herself. And when the moment came, she stood before the king, not knowing if she would live or die, but trusting that God was with her. And because of her courage, an entire nation was saved. You might not be standing before a king, but you are facing battles that require bravery. Maybe it's speaking up for what's right. Maybe it's taking a leap of faith into the unknown. Maybe it's standing firm when everything around you is shaking. God didn't place you where you are by accident. He has given you a purpose. He has given you strength for this moment. You are not alone in your battle. Just like He was with Esther, He is with you. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. When you feel fear creeping in, remember, bravery is not the absence of fear. It's choosing faith despite the fear. So rise up, step forward, trust that God has placed you here for a reason. If this message spoke to you, do two things. Comment, I was born for such a time as this. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. God is calling you to be brave. Will you answer?